What's up guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to episode 88. Yes, that is for you, Drew, of Deadman's Deliveries. Today I come to you with three elite figures of wrestlers from the UK. England, Scotland, Birmingham. I think he's from Manchester and he's from Ayr. So yeah, three figures that I got on Vinted. Two fix-ups, one just normal figure. First up, we'll get into Wade Barrett, because this is my first ever Wade Barrett Elite figure. I did have a basic of this attire, actually, this exact attire. And yeah, it's quite a basic figure. Nice formula, quite a unique torso choice. He's obviously got his tattoos all up there. It's a bit scuffed, I didn't see that. Here's a bit scuffed. And then you have his tattoo up there, which is not, it's a weird tattoo. You got the elbow pad, which is a bit chipped. That's his bull hammer elbow, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, I thought I'd pick him up because he got me like 20% off, I think, in total with the other two. You know, on Vinted you can do like bundle discounts when people buy over a couple of your figures or whatever you're selling. They get certain percentage off, like 10, 15, 20, whatever it is. If you want to get that sort of deal on my Vinted, I'll leave it in the link in the description. Check out some of my stuff. If you want to see some of it in depth, go check out the figure flipping series I'll leave up here. That's mainly showcasing figures that I'm selling. So yeah, if you're in the UK like these three are, then yeah, check out my Vinted page for stuff I'm selling. And yeah, let's get back to it. Quite a nice figure. You know, it's quite basic, but Wade Barrett's figures are. I do quite want to have Wade Barrett in the PIC-FED, not as a commentator. I think he is quite a good wrestler. He definitely should have done more, especially in the Nexus. But I'll probably do an episode of Let's Talk Wrestling about the Nexus at some point and how that was one of the most missed opportunities. A huge what if. You know, he was rumoured to be working against The Undertaker at WrestleMania 27, which fell through. You know, the core and the fallout of that and the new Nexus and everything like that. And obviously getting jobbed out to John Cena, who buries them at SummerSlam 2010, or was it 2011? I don't remember. I want to say 2011 because they were at Survivor Series 2010. I don't know, but yeah. No, 2011 would have been Mania 27. They were already buried by then, so it must have been Mania 2010. And I think they only came in like March, so Cena killed their whole steam they had going in a few months. But I want to get an updated head scan. If WWE or Mattel don't do a new Wade Barrett, I might try and commission a updated head scan to put on this figure, or to put on, or maybe just get a commissioned Wade Barrett, like a better version or a cooler looking version. Double jointed arms and stuff like that is what I'd want. One of the main reason I got this figure really is because it does have double jointed arms. It's got that fix up on it. This is the Elite 75 Pete Dunne, which means I'm only missing one Pete Dunne now. I've got the Elite 64 Collector's Edition Pete Dunne. I don't know where that is offhand. And I also have the Elite 110 Chase Pete Dunne, the nice green attire. I've got that, which leaves me with just the Elite 110 Pete Dunne regular in the red, white and blue, which I'm not as much of a fan of, as my only Pete Dunne that I need. I'm trying to like finish collections of wrestlers. Like I think I finished my Bron Breakker collection in the last couple days. Nearly finished my LA Knight collection. You know, I've got every figure of them that's out. I've sort of been doing that with Drew McIntyre as well. So yeah, one away from getting Pete Dunne. I do also need the jacket though. This did come cheap, and with interchangeable double jointed arms, sorry, but no jacket. So I do need to find the jacket somewhere. You know, it'll be floating about in an accessory bundle or something that I'll have to pick up. The head's a little bit loose, but if I was actually using it, I'd probably put the better head scan on it. I do have a spare Pete Dunne head scan as well, because I've got a basic of him somewhere, which I was going to put on the Elite 64, because that's like a really old, early True FX head scan. But yeah, it's a nice figure, basic, just the black kick pads, obviously no knee pads. That's Pete Dunne's sort of look. The nice, I think that's a bear on his knee there. The black and the sort of goldy bronze designs going up the side of his singlet as he is the bruiserweight. But yeah, really nice double jointed arms. They are a bit loose. Oh, torso just seems loose there, but yeah, the double jointed arms are a bit loose, you know, but they do actually stay, to be fair, quite well if you pose them about. Yeah, so they don't drop like straight away, which is good. But yeah, I just thought it'd be nice to have another double jointed arm figure in the collection, because he's obviously done the fix up, which is handy, because you know, once you have double jointed arms on a figure, going back to a single jointed arm feels like really just horrible to pose around and stuff like that. That's why like older figures now probably aren't going to hold their value as much, especially with like the From the Vault line. Like you have let's pick out someone. Here's a single jointed arm Alberto Del Rio, who is obviously going to be a hot topic, and I'll probably do a Let's Talk Wrestling episode about Alberto Del Rio if it's not already gone out before this video. If it has, I'll leave it up there. But yeah, he's a single jointed arm, and look, you can barely even do like a bicep flex pose, can you? It can't get over, and yeah, it just feels really bad. He might get a greatest hits figure. Obviously it'd be a long way off in the distance, but who knows. So yeah, a nice double jointed arm fix up added to the collection. I think the guy I bought it off is called Figure Fix Ups, and he does have an Instagram page, so if you're interested in that, check that out over on Instagram. My Instagram is also linked below, so if you click on that, follow me, and then look in the people I'm following, I am following him, type in Figure Fix Ups, and you'll be able to find him. And finally, this is the figure that I originally saw and then wanted to buy, and then I looked through his other items to see if I could save on a bit of postage and get another couple cool things, and it is this Elite Survivor Series fix-up Drew McIntyre. Now you might look at this figure and think, well, what's special about that? That's just Drew McIntyre, is it not? But I do have the original figure. I've got two of the original figure actually. There's another vest. I've got another vest. I am selling two of this figure because I don't need three of them, especially when I actually have an upgrade, because this is the original figure. As you can see, it's a bit shorter. It's obviously, he's like smaller in stature. His arms are a lot smaller. His chest is smaller. His legs are actually quite similar. But his head scan is horrific. Obviously, it's quite accurate to the time, but obviously not at all now. So this is a huge upgrade. Still has the double jointed arms. It's basically an Elite 115 Drew McIntyre with the Survivor Series attire. So we've got the black boots, we've got the reverse Scottish flag knee pads, which look in good condition. If they weren't, I would probably swap them because I am selling these. But obviously all of them are in quite good nick. But yeah, if you're interested in this figure, let me know, because I've got two of them to sell, so I would probably sell you it quite cheap. So yeah, or maybe you want both of them. If you want both of them, I'll do it. I'll do you a deal. The head doesn't stay on great, but you know, if it's not going to fall off, it's not really an issue. Moves a bit, but looks really nice, because now I've got that. I also have the Elite 115 Drew McIntyre and the Elite 115 Chase Drew McIntyre. So my Drew McIntyre collection's looking really good at the minute, and it went from being terrible like a few weeks ago. Like I only had this Survivor Series figure, like a really old outdated one, and this Elite 71, which is outdated as well, you know, it's really pale. I had an Elite 83, but I am working on making a custom out of that, which will be in the Deadman's workshop series at some point. But yeah, really upgraded my Drew McIntyre collection, and you know, I just thought this was a really nice figure. That actually looks like it's, I don't know if it is paint, but it's like thick. That might actually just be electrical tape or like some sort of tape, which is really cool, textured. But yeah, really happy with these. I can also pop this jacket on him because this is from the Elite 83, which I might try and do quickly. So yeah, I'm really happy with all three of these figures, mainly the Drew McIntyre, and then the Pete Dunne, because it's actually not too loose. The Wade Barrett third, it's not exciting, But it is my first Wade Barrett. I've been, oh, his head has just flown off trying to put that on. Yeah, I think he's too big these days to put that jacket on. But yeah, the Wade Barrett's okay, but the Pete Dunne looks really good, especially for being torso swapped, I would assume, because he'd have to put double jointed shoulders on it, I think. But yeah, there's no obvious torso swap. It looks fine. Or torso crack, sorry, not torso swap. You don't have to swap the torso. You just have to crack it open and put new shutters on there. But yeah, really happy. Drew McIntyre, that's getting a 10 out of 10 for me. If it was released as a figure like that, it'd probably get a solid 8, but the fact that the original figure is so much worse than this, and I got it for like £18, I think I got it for. I'm really happy with it, you know. Hopefully they don't re-release this figure updated now, but probably still get the ultimate. There is a bit of heat damage on the leg there, I think, but you know, you can make that look like it's just boils or, you know, some sort of wrestling injury. Not that you'd even really see that, so I don't care about that. But yeah, 10 for Drew. The Pete Dunne's a solid 8. I like this figure. It'd be higher if it came with a jacket. The Wade Barrett's a 6, but I wasn't dead excited for it anyway. But yeah, really cool. Happy with these 3 figures. Yeah, what more can I say? Another 3 cool figures added to the collection. Tons more to be unboxed, so if you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel, like the video if you've enjoyed as well. Subscribe to the channel, turn your post notifications on to be updated every time I upload. Every episode of Deadman's Deliveries, every Let's Talk Wrestling episode, Deadman's Workshop when that happens, figure flipping, everything, pay-per-view predictions, obviously for this weekend at Backlash, and lots more. The PIC-FED is starting soon. Hopefully going to do the draft over the weekend is what I'm hoping. Get that out maybe Saturday or Sunday. That'd be best case scenario though. But I did get a figure come in today that I need for that, and I've got a couple other accessories coming in during this week for that. So yeah, stay tuned for the PIC-FED stuff happening very soon. Very excited for that. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. Stay tuned for more, and I'll see you next time. That is if you actually do stay tuned. So yeah, I'll shut up. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.